Hey guys, Forex here, hope you're all well. What you're looking at in front of you is two faulty PlayStation 2 Slims. Now I'm probably going to split the repair up into two separate videos. So yeah, the first one I'm going to work on is this one. This one's not in bad condition, and the second one I'm going to be working on is this one. You can see this one's got a dodgy decal. So yeah, give me 5 minutes to set up and we'll crack on. We're all hooked up and it's not looking very good. I'll go through what I've done. I've got power coming in, I've got video, I've got a controller plugged in as the controller, and I've put a memory card in there. But as you can see, we're getting nothing. There should be a red standby LED, and we've got nothing. And I am actually powered. You can see this is the power, it's switched on. It's going to the power brick and it's going to the input there, and we've got absolutely nothing. This thing's cactus. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get inside this thing and have a look, see what the problem is. I've got a suspicion what I think it might be. I'm gonna say it might be the main input fuse. There's an input fuse, because you know these are powered externally, and the fat ones you've got the built-in power supply. So Sony put an input fuse on these things, and if that blows, you get this, nothing. You get dead input, because these power supplies are center positive, and yeah, you know, if you don't have one of these, the official power supply for the PS2 Slim, and you go out and get one and it's center negative power supply, and you plug it in this thing, you're just gonna kill the input, and it's just gonna blow that fuse. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get in this thing and investigate why we've got no power at all. To get in the PlayStation Slim, it's actually very easy. The first thing you have to do is remove these clips. They're like clips that go over the top of the screws. There's 6 of them. Remove those and then you'll see the screws that you have to remove. That's the covers removed. You can now see the screws. You need to remove these 6 screws and then you'll be able to take the top of the lid off. But let me show you what's really going to piss me off. To fix this thing, I have to break the original security sticker. I hate it when I have to do that. You know, no one's ever been in this thing and I've got to break that just so I can fix it. Hate that. Yeah, so I'm going to remove these 6 screws and then take the top lid off. To get the whole of the assembly out is actually very easy. The first thing I want to do is just lift up this PCB here. This has got the lid sense button on it, and it's the power button, and it's also got the infrared sensor on it as well. Just lift that out, because when you take the old board out, sometimes this can catch in here and then you rip the cable and then you've got nightmares. So yeah, and the final thing I have to do is just remove this screw just here, and then I can pull the assembly forward like this, and that's it. That's the whole assembly out. I've got the board out. I give it a little quick inspection and I think I found out what the problem is. See if I can show you. Let me turn the board upside down and put it there like that. So let me point to you what I can see. Here's the main input fuse I talked about. It's just under this little bit of plastic here. So, you know, if I was thinking it was the input fuse, all I'd do would just remove this little bit of plastic and then get my multimeter on continuity and just check. If I get a beep, the fuse is fine. If I don't get a beep, the fuse is blown. But I really don't think it's the fuse, and I'll show you why. If we look at these joints on the barrel input jack, if we look at this one at the back, which is the main positive input, we can see it's pretty dry. It's a dry joint. I'll see if I can lift it up and maybe you can see that better now. If I wiggle it about, can you see it moving about there? So yeah, we've got a dry joint on the main barrel input jack. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fire up my desoldering station. I'm going to suck off all that old crusty solder. I'm going to put some new fresh solder on there, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, that fixes our power problem. So hopefully you can see the dry joint. It's just here, it's completely cracked around this pad connection here, and that is the center barrel, this point here, that connects to this point here, the center of the barrel. If I wiggle it about, hopefully you'll see that dry joint moving as well. So yeah, that's our culprit just there. We got a dry joint. So I'm going to tap my desoldering gun, and I'm going to remove this connector, and then I'll freshly solder it in. And that's the connector taken off. As you can see, I used some solder wick to wick away the old crusty solder that's on there. So when I put this connector back on there, I soldered nice new fresh solder on there. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my super glue, and this is a top tip for you guys. I'm going to put a little dab just here, around there like this, and then I'm going to put the connector back on. I'm going to hold my finger on it for about 15 seconds, let the super glue set, and then when I've done that, I'll solder the connector in there, and then that should be nice and new and solid then. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do that, and then come back and show you what it looks like. Before I put the connector on, I just want to show you how much super glue I put on there. You don't want to go ape with it, you just want to, you know, put a little dab on there just so the connector holds. And there we're done. Connectors solder back on. We've got nice, fresh, new solder on those pads and connections. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is hook up power to this and see if we get a start up. That's the barrel power input jack fixed. Let's plug power into this thing and see what we get. Oh, we got a standby light. Let's push the power on button, and we've gone green. And are we going to get a boot? Yes. Winner, winner. Yeah. So what I'm going to do now is test the optical block. I'm going to put a PlayStation 2 disc in this thing, and I'll also put a CD in there, because if you don't know, there's actually two lasers combined into one. On this, there's the side that does the DVD side, which does the PlayStation games and your DVD movies, and there's also the CD side, which is for like PlayStation 1 games and audio CDs. So yeah, I'm going to get a couple of discs, I'm going to pop them in this thing, and fingers crossed the optical block is fine. But yeah, it works. I've got my steel box version of Resident Evil 4 in the PlayStation Slim drive. Now, to get the disc to start up, there's actually two lid sense buttons you have to close. The first one's here, you can just see it, I've got my file on it and it's been weighed down by the screwdriver. And the second one is actually on the power on board, just there, you can just see it in the corner, just behind the red LED. So what I'll do is I'll power on by pressing this button, and the system should boot. And it is. Winner, winner. I get to the browse menu, there we go. Now what I'll do is I'll hold the actual lid sense catch down, I'll push it down with my finger, and the disc will spin up, and hopefully it should load this game, which is on a DVD, so that'll give it a DVD test. And yeah, we got the PlayStation 2 logo. So it looks like it's booting the game. And we should get a language select screen. And we do focus, focus. There you go. So yeah, it read that DVD okay. I don't know how it is with FMV or anything like that, but I'm just going to give it a quick initial test like this. If I take my finger off, the disc should stop. What I'm going to do now is exactly the same. I'm going to test the CD side of things, and I'm going to pop a PlayStation 1 game in this thing, and that'll tell me if it's reading CDs. I've got my original version of Resident Evil 3 in there, which is obviously a CD. System's already booted. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the catch down on the power board, and that should spin up the CD, and hopefully we should get a boot, and it does look like it's booting. Winner winner, chicken dinner. So yeah, the DVD and CD side of that optical block looks like it's working okay. Once I get the system cleaned, I'll give it a really good test by running a couple of games on it, but it's looking good so far. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is, everything's fixed internally, I'm going to start stripping down the external case and give that a really good clean, and yeah, I'll put the system back together and we should have a fully working PlayStation Slim. Winner. Great thing about the bottom case of the PlayStation Slim is there's nothing that needs to come off it. This can go straight in the bath, ready for soak for cleaning. Let's get disassembling the upper Slim case. Now the first two things I want to take off are the memory card flaps. Now to do this, it's very easy. You just push them forward like this, and then you see this little bar here. You pull that over this little clip, and you do that for both of them, and you'll be able to take both those memory card flaps out. The next thing I want to remove is the lid catch that holds the lid down. Very easy to do. All you do is you just move it forward like this, push it forward, and grab it and pull it up, and then you can grab the other end like that, and it just comes off. Just be careful with that spring, it don't fly off across the room. The next thing I want to remove is the CD brake. Now what this does is when the lid's open, you can see it move forward, and pretty much what happens is it just puts a brake on the CD when it spins. So to do that, it's very easy. Just remove this spring and open this screw, and then you can pull the CD brake out. What I want to remove now is the eject button and the power on button. Now to remove the eject button, it's very simple. What you have to do is you have to push the button through from this side like that, and then you've got two clips either side that hold the button in. You lift this side and then this side, and then this will push out like that, and that's the eject button out. Now to remove the power button, this is just press fitted in. I'll show you. You just get a pick like this, and you just go in there and you can pull it out like that, and then you take the power button out, and that's the eject button and the power button removed. What I want to do now is remove the top lid. Now to do that, it's very easy. All you have to do is take this screw out and remove this metal prong. You take this screw out and remove this metal prong. Then what you do is you just open it like this, and if you grab the lid and you pull it towards you like this, the whole top lid will just then swing straight out. Now a word of caution, when you do that, you can see a spring there. Just be careful, because you don't want the spring to fly across the room. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do that and then come back. That's the top lid all stripped. Now there are a couple of things that I've left on. The actual PlayStation logo, the one that spins if you've got it, you know, if you've got the PlayStation vertical or horizontal, you can change the logo. I don't bother taking that out. You can leave that in there, that's not a problem. Also as well, you can take out this polished plastic strip with a PlayStation logo. Again, I just leave it in there. It's very easy to clean it in there, so there's no need to take it out. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll get this and the rest of the other parts in the bath soaking. I'll leave them in there for half an hour and then give them a really good scrub and clean. As you can see, I've got the lower, upper and the actual lid of the PlayStation Slim case soaking in a bath. I'll leave them in there for half an hour, then come back and give them a really good scrub, and that should take care of the case. While the upper and lower case is soaking in a bath, what I'll do is I'll take care of the internals, give them a good clean. You can see there's some, you know, dust bunnies around. What I'll probably do is I'll clean the gear of the sled motor and clean the slide rail, both slide rails, for the laser. While I'm there, I'll probably clean the laser with a bit of alcohol and a Q-tip, and yeah, then once that's done, I can see about putting this all back together. So I'll go ahead and clean this and then come back. That's the internals cleaned. I've also cleaned and re-greased the optical block, slide motor rail and the actual sliding rails. So yeah, this board is done. Just got to get the case out of soak now, and then I can put all this back together. We're all repaired, we're all cleaned. Let's get this thing back together again. As you can see, we're all back together. So let's power on and see if we get a boot. Now we should do, because I've already been in there and set the date and time and some other settings. So yeah, there you go, fully working PS2 Slim. Now what I want to do is hook up a component cable to this PS2 Slim. At the moment it's hooked up by RGB SCART, but I want to hook up component because it's a lot better picture. Now to do that, you can't just plug in a component cable and then switch your TV over to component and expect the TV to recognize the signal. The reason for that is you have to tell the PlayStation 2 to output component first. Now to do that, all you do is you get into the configuration menu, which is here, and you move down to component video out. As you can see, it's set to RGB. I'll just press the button and then move over to component. Now it should turn green. There you go, and that's the set component now. So I'm going to come out of that and I'm going to power the system off. Sorry, that's a reset, you've got to hold it to power it off. And yeah, that's powered the system off. What I'm going to do now is go and get my component cable and hook this thing up, and we should get a really nice picture from the PS2 Slim. As you can see, I've hooked up my component cable. I've set the TV to component input. So let's power on the PS2 Slim, and we should get a really nice picture, and we do. Beautiful picture. Now the great thing about this PlayStation Slim, if I go into the version information, if we look at the DVD player, it's 3.10e. This PlayStation Slim is free DVD boot exploitable. So what I've done is I've gone out and I've got myself a copy of Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, and it's the free DVD boot version, which is the exploit, and I'm gonna pop it in the PS2 and hopefully it should boot the game, which pretty much makes the slim versions now of these PS2s, you don't need to mod them anymore. You don't need to install a mod chip, because you can just boot straight into the game, and there you go. This PlayStation 2 is not mod chipped in any way, and it just booted it like it was a genuine game. And if it's reading DVD-Rs, fine. There's no reason why it's not going to read pressed discs, fine. Yeah, and it's fine. It's not skipped. It's working great. It's my camera focus. I love the music to Metal Gear Solid 2. It's fantastic. So yeah, there you go, guys. Fully working PS2 Slim that can be exploited with free DVD boot. So yeah, hope you like this video, guys. Please give it a big thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, all the usual stuff. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one. Winner, winner. It's Metal Gear Solid 2. Love this game, it's brilliant. Catch you next time, guys.